mouth with your PC.
It was an added bonus. Thanks, M-Wave. But let's get into the game. This is our Southern Cross Dota Tides Wrath Season 3 Grand Final. It's Can't Say Whips versus Hans Reborn.
Ban.
Can't Say Whips came into this series with a one-game lead by being the top of the upper bracket, but Hans Reborn did take out the first game, tying it up at a 1-1 score. I am the Spectre. Joining me is Daredevil Dan, and let's get into the second game.
Yeah, and everything going a little bit slower than normal, which is weird. Normally these guys are batting out the ban straight away, but we were going to be banned out for Can't Say Whips, so they really don't like playing against this hero a lot. It's a trend with this team to ban out Weaver, because, you know, you put a Weaver on a decent player, it's so hard to catch him, and you basically just need to go, alright, now we have to draft heaps of stuns. And Storm Spirit actually being banned out again. So we're not going to see Handsome Storm.
Yeah, he didn't get a buff, guys. Not an insane new hero. I mean, Slicks is known as an extremely good mid hero. His Storm is good. I don't think it's his best. I think Queen of Pain's definitely very far up there, but you know, the Storm does get banned out. I think also CSW, because they do like to run high mobility heroes themselves, if they have a Weaver that can face them down, it really messes with their game strategies. So it's kind of #1 priority for them to ban it out.
Yeah, I guess so, and, you know, I don't know, man. I don't think Storm is a first ban. None of these guys are known for their Storm. Really.
Yeah.
They play a good Storm, but they're not, like, the best Storm, but I guess they just don't want to play against it, because it is a pain in the ass to play against.
Oh, it certainly is. I mean, the thing about Storm is that it increases your initiation range by so much. Like, you can't even defend racks without standing at, well, not even at your T4s. You have to stand behind them against a farm Storm Spirit. And with the aggression that you see in Oz Dota, I think it's a good ban. Like, if a Storm Spirit gets rolling, he's not gonna...
Nah, he really doesn't.
We are going to see the Nyx ban out again, so poor little Risk won't have his Nyx. The CM will be available in the pool this time for them. Both of these teams really love running that CM with a Hand of Midas.
Radiant's pick.
They're crazy. Oh, look, and they fixed the arrows as well. They're pointing at the right team.
Oh, nice! And they're orange now, not red.
Yeah.
Was that always like that?
Yeah, it's the same color they've always been. They've always been orange and green, yeah.
I've got an external screen plugged into my laptop because I don't want to play on a laptop, and the color scheme, like, I don't know why, but it's just wrong. Like, green is like lime and red is kind of orangey. I don't know why, and I've tried everything. I don't know.
Alright, well, in the case of this screen, it is definitely orange and lime green, so you don't have to worry about that. But CSW picking up the Lich as first pick, so they are kind of more inclined to go into dual lanes. Lich still does work in a tri-lane, or as we said before, as a solo offlaner. Can be decently strong against the right heroes, but does kind of hit his stride in those dual lanes. So it'll be interesting to see how CSW kind of want to build their team around that.
Yeah, and I've just been reminded that Kid A actually plays the Storm as the safe lane farmer.
Dyer's pick.
That's why they banned it, because it's Kid A's hero, and he's really good at it. I can't believe I forgot that. But yeah, he's really well known for it. It, like, just completely forgot for some reason.
Well, the thing is, I've seen him play it. I didn't think it was that insane. Like, of course it's good,
I'm remembering it now. It's really good.
But he's a pro player. Like, he should be good. Like, that's just like saying, oh, hey, Dan, I saw you win a game as Luna once. I'm going to ban that hero out.
Nah, but he used to play that hero a lot, and it's one of the heroes it's his iconic hero, basically.
Like the K-Feeny Tinker.
5 seconds.
Yeah. I always forget X Musica is the awesome Storm.
Reserve time.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. I personally, I didn't think he was, like, and I've seen him done for a while where, you know, they've had it completely available and never picked it, so...
Yeah, that's true. I mean, recently he has had it available and they haven't been picking it up. I didn't actually see it at all last weekend, I don't think, so...
That's what I'm saying. probably moved on, but we do have the Pugna Venomancer pick up from Hans, so they will be taking the Venomancer this time. CSW picking up
Radiant's
the SK
ban.
again. Will we see them pick up an Earthshaker or an Elder Titan? Elder Titan kind of really dropped out. I mean, I honestly didn't think he would. The Spirit damage nerf wasn't massive. Like, he was strong because he could just harass you off a tower for, like, no cost apart from mana, but it still does decent damage. It completely destroys supports, and Natural Order is still an amazingly strong guild. Especially in Oz-Dota, where they're always fighting. Like, throw out a Spirit, and you have a complete advantage. Their carry has no armor from base stats. If they're an Agi carry, they're completely screwed. And they have no magic resistance. And CSW love magic lineups. Like, you see them already with the Lich and SK. The Queen of Pain is available if they want to play it for Slicks. Slicks is more than happy to take someone else like the Puck. We've seen him play a great Puck, but CSW really favoring these magic lineups and then not picking Elder Titan a lot of the time. It confuses me. I guess they just really like having their dual disable supports rather than just the very unreliable stomp of the ET.
Yeah, I mean, it does make the team fights better, and obviously you get rid of a lot of the armor and the magic resistance, but I mean, since the change to his Spirit, he does struggle a little bit more in lane because he can't harass people out as easily, and he's not that hard to jump. Like, he can get the boots first, and if he's got a Spirit coming back to him that gives him the speed, then he's fine, but if he doesn't and he's too far forward, you can just kill him.
But I mean, that's true of basically any offlaner, so I don't think it's a flaw in the hero.
I think, but also he doesn't fit well into dual lanes, in my opinion.
I don't think if it's... Well, I've seen him run as a farmer in a dual lane. It didn't work out specifically for that team, but it was because they were just outmatched generally in other areas. So I don't think it's a fault of the hero. Of course, we have seen Bulba run in mid quite a few times and be very successful with it, but I don't think these teams would be devoting a mid slot to an ET. I don't think it's one of Slick's heroes, and I don't think Balls or Khan want to play ET.
Nah. I mean, it's a strong pick, but yeah, I don't think these teams like to pick it up. And Hans Reborn got the Pugna, the Veno, and the Earthshaker, and didn't we just see that?
We did. The Venomancer was on the other team, but Hans going for a very similar lineup to last game. And do we see Shaitan running that Venomancer in the mid lane? I mean, he may just play the Pugna again, but Shaitan Veno mid lane is lots of fun to watch.
10 seconds to go.
Yeah, I mean, I do like seeing that Venomancer mid, and he's one of the only people that really does it.
5 seconds.
Like, he just does. A lot of people don't pick it up that, and he's a good support, but we're going to see the Lich Luna combo on Kansai Whips now, so you've got the late game magic Lich ulti and the physical Lich ulti on Luna.
Yeah, and we're actually going to see a hard carry being picked up in Oz-Dota.
And that's weird.
I think this is the first time I've seen a hard carry in like 15 games. Except, I guess, like in the last game. I don't know. But we're going to have the Clockwork pickup. Clockwork, just so good for disrupting team fights. They have two of the most annoying heroes to verse in a team fight, which is Earthshaker and Clockwork. Like, a Cogs, a Fisher, like, where are you going in a fight?
Yeah, it's gonna basically destroy the movements of Kansai Whips. Luna is one of those heroes that needs to be mobile and to get in and out of fights rather than just stand there and attack.
10 seconds.
I mean, once you've got, the BKB Butterfly Satanic, then you just stand there and attack.
5 seconds.
And the bounces just destroy everyone. But until that point, she's very susceptible to ganks, and Clockwork can just kill her really, really easily. If she doesn't have her ulti, she's dead to a Clockwork once he's level 6. Like, he just hooks in and has the 3 levels in Battery Assault, 1 in the Cogs, and she's on her own. She's going to be in a lot of trouble, but the Enchantress now picked up.
Yeah, Enchantress, a hero that we see sometimes. Not too often, but with the Lich and Sand King picked up, this is going to be an Enchantress with a bit more farm priority, I think. I mean, they could farm the Sand King, get a really early blink up.
10 seconds to go.
I wouldn't mind too much seeing an Enchantress getting a bit of farm here and really kind of making the Pugna Venomancer picks pay, because at the core of it, they're extremely squishy heroes, and even a Clockwork goes down really hard to pure damage impetus coming through Cogs. So... I don't know if they'll just prioritize SK early on for the Blink Dagger and then go to Enchantress, or just have Enchantress going from the jungle from the get-go and go into pushing, but it's going to be difficult. It does also balance out the Lich a bit, because, you know, Pugna and Veno are quite strong pushers. If you're sacrificing from a lane, it can actually work against you quite a bit. But then if you have an Enchantress creep coming and, you know, beefing up the wave a bit more, it balances it and then tips it back in your favor a little. So it's not all doom and gloom. Plus, they might be going for the super cheeky Enchantress Lich combo, where you can actually enchant a creep and then sacrifice it for, like, bonus experience for the two of them. When it's about to run out for Enchantress, you just grab the experience that you wouldn't otherwise get. So it's a bit of a cheeky combo that can be run, and I wonder if CSW will exploit it. Like, it is very gimmicky, but definitely open, as you know, for an Enchantress with that timer gonna run out anyway. I'd like to see it happen.
Yeah, certainly can be abused there, and Godot, he's quite well known for his Chen, so we're gonna see his Enchantress again most likely, and he is very good on this. Muffin Man probably going to be picking up the Sand King or the Lich, and Tomato, I mean, Tomato normally plays a support role, and so does Muffin Man, and so does Godot. So one of them is going to have to switch up their roles slightly for this game. Obviously, Tomato is filling in for Guani. Because of the storms in Brisbane, he just can't hold a strong connection at the moment.
Well, we did see some Muffin Man on the weekend play the carry for D4DR, and he picked up Luna both times, so
5 seconds.
Will we see Muffin Man on the carry there, and then I'm not too sure, but we do see the Queen of Pain as the final pickup, so we'll be Slicks on Quap again. And we see Balls on the Alchemist, so we're talking about Oz never having hard carries, and then an Alchemist gets picked against
and we are actually remaking it, from what I've been told, because Tomato's also having extreme lag issues. But we'll wait it out for now. I've been told that, but we'll wait until the teams let us know, because no one's disconnected yet.
And yes, for the people asking in chat, Enchantress can still enchant Necros.
Yes.
Both Chen and Enchantress can still take creeps. It's just Dominate and Hand of Midas that doesn't work.
Yeah, you can't Midas them or Dominate them. I mean, that's why no one ever picked Necro, because it was like, you spent all that gold on units, it's mine now.
You spent almost 5.k gold on that. You made this, I made this.
Someone's dropped out like a kid in school.
But it does look like we're all disconnecting, so we will go to a remake.
Okie dokie.
Okay,
we need to get a stand-in for the stand-in.
Yeah, gotta have stand-ins for stand-ins.
Now I need to remake the lobby name.
Man.
Wait, I can save it as default settings and apply to empty channels upon join. Done. Checkbox, you've saved me seconds of typing.
I mean, you should really put my Twitter in there as well, you know.
It's your name. Comes up when they choose the broadcaster slot, and it's constantly on their screen for open mic.
True. Okay, that's alright. Alright, so they're just gonna find someone to play for them. Tomato's in Sydney though, so it's probably not the storm affecting him.
Yeah.
I think he's in Sydney. I'm not like 100% sure on that one.
Maybe just getting lag issues.
Yeah,
Maintenance on the lines, could be a billion things.
Yeah. But who do you think has the advantage on that draft? Like, both teams are going for pretty different things. But, I mean, with the Alchemist last pickup, like, they're going to be farming one on each team, which is unusual to start with an Ostota, because farming's for noobs, fight all the time, mad, push, and kill everything. But, and they've both got different types of push, but they both can definitely do it.
I think Hans. Yeah, I think Hans, because of just the insane initiation range they have. They have the Fisher, They also have the Clockwork Hook. Endless Winter is just an amazing Clockwork. We've seen that countless times where he's just completely dominated everything on his Clockwork. As well as they have the Fissure into Alchemist Stun, which is extremely strong in a laning stage. If you follow it up with a Venomous Gale, they're not getting away. So I think usually between these two teams, it's whoever wins laning / early game wins the rest of the game. So I don't know. I personally, I think Hans have it with their hero picks. I think Alchemist definitely beats out a Luna late game, even mid game. So I think CSW have a lot of work ahead of them if they want to stay on top. I mean, they have great burst damage and gank potential with, you know, the Queen of Pain and the Luna. They have a lot of nuke damage that can come out and try and take down that Alchemist, who of course doesn't get bonus HP anymore, and a lot of it can Lich ultis as well. So it's going to come down a lot to fights, but I think Hans have the advantage here, in my mind at least.
See, I'm on kind of the other end of it with the fact that Lich Luna, if you have a farm Luna and a farm Alchemist, sure, the Alchemist can kill one of your characters, but if the Luna's attacking, everyone on Hans is going to die if they're clumped up. Which in these team fights, if you look at them, they kind of have to be. Like, Clockwork dives in, Alchemist is melee, Earthshaker's got to get in there to ulti. The only two that might be a little bit far away is Pugna and Veno, but Veno, even to get both of his poisons out, he's got to get in there. So if they can't disable the Luna, once she has a BKB and maybe even a Butterfly Manta, they're going to struggle. They really are going to struggle to stop her from dealing the damage, but that's if she gets the farm. And Luna early game is quite easy to kill, especially with a Clockwork, and Alchemist is a little bit harder because he has the stun, just to help him get away, as Luna only has the nuke and mini stun. So it's going to be a wee bit harder. And we've actually got KVX in here for the standard Toasty Gaming.
Let's introduce those teams. On the side of Can't Save Whip, CSW, we have Godot the captain on Enchantress, Kirei on that Luna, we have Zamuffin Man on the Sand King, Slicks taking up his almost signature Queen of Pain now, and KVX Toaster Gaming on the Lich. And it looks like it's going to be either a solo offlane Lich, or it's going to be a dual lane Enchantress Lich.
And over on Hans, we have Endless Winter playing that Clockwork, Firestarter on the Earthshaker,
30
Balls
seconds
is
to
playing
showtime.
that Alchemist, Shaitan on the Pugna, and Lippy is playing the Veno.
And now Godot's going to jungle. He has the early smoke, so it looks like we're going to be seeing a pseudo tri-lane in bottom, just with Enchantress getting up some farm early on, pushing down that tier 1 tower early. They do have great work with early. In fact, Godot's just going to palm off the wards, yes? And he's just going to wait here for the camp. So we're going to see a Lich solo offlane, which is what we were saying before. It is quite strong. You're getting solo experience from all the sacrifices, as well as kind of the slow lane. You can easily kind of pull it back if they're not able to stack really well. You can get away with a lot in the lane. And a Pugna Venomancer don't have the strongest kill potential. Like, Lich isn't the strongest hero either, but I think KVX should be fine here.
Yeah, and ES was trying to block. It looks like he wants to do the old bring to the ancient camp, but he actually blocked it himself, so maybe not completely what they're planning to do, but I think Luna's going to have an alright time farming this lane, and Alchemist going mid against Slicks, so he's not going to be this free farming scary Alchemist, but they're actually going to farm the Pugna instead, which is a little bit interesting.
I think it's just for the fact that Pugna has no real way to deal with Queen of Pain. Like, Queen of Pain just throws out a Dagger Strike and hits Pugna, and what can
Did
Pugna
you take
do
your
about
overlay
it?
off?
Yeah, I have. So,
okay, it's just on right at the start on the stream on my other screen on mic. Did you take that off?
yeah, no, I did. It's down by the laning stage. I did notice. So
Okay.
not to worry.
It's fine. It's fine.
But right now, Balls is getting harassed by that dagger sticking out of his poor little ogre hide. And he's doing decently in this mid lane. He's sitting at 4-0, Queen of Pain at 6-3. it may start to open up more as Slicks can kind of get more damage out in this lane, but for now, Balls is alright. Endless going up against this Luna, sitting at 4-0 to the 8-1, so Kiri doing a great job. We're going to see a rotation into mid. Enchantress has the creeps here. Ball's in a lot of trouble, gets slowed down. Out comes the Satyr Blast. The Centaur looking for a stun, manages to get it, and this is going to be your first blood. Godot even just stopping attacking, so Slicks gets the first blood gold.
Just a little.
Now that's true support, right? Letting your mid take it, no kill securing going on there.
Yeah, just moving straight into a body block. And now, Muffin Man sitting in an invis, just creeping out. Oh, and they put down a sentry right away. They catch him out. He's going to get stuck in the fissure, but he just gets out of there, and they won't be able to catch him either. They're too slow, so a narrow escape there from Muffin Man. And a bit of a stack stun there by using the fissure on top of the cogs straight away. I think they needed to save the fissure there and try and block it up.
Yeah, they needed to. People are freaking out in the stream that the overlay's still on.
That's funny.
They're like, why is this happening?
Oh my god, I can hardly see anything with 720p in a small box.
It'll be gone
No
before they even hear this. There we go, like, it's gone. Bam.
Like, people don't understand.
Nah, it's because you're a shitty caster.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's what it is. Yeah.
My sincerest apologies.
Yeah.
Of course, thank
Damn
you
right.
TT Esports for sponsoring.
They pretty much are. They actually sponsor a lot of Aussie Dota as well. Like,
They
a
do.
lot of it.
They're
Hello.
big name kind of players in the Oz right now. Flex is just bottle crowing in that mid lane. The acid spray doing a lot of damage and actually giving Alchemist quite a decent way to farm. He's sitting at 17-0, where Slicks is sitting at 20-6, so definitely not falling behind here and getting some good CS here up in the mid lane.
Yeah, most certainly. And, I mean, because of the range of that acid spray, it's 26 damage a second at level 3 for 16 seconds. He can pretty much have it up all the time in this lane. He needs a bottle to keep it going, though. He does have that coming along with his boots, so that'll be a little bit better for him. Endless Winter is going to secure him this rune as well. So they will be getting that.
Oh, dive heading on top. KVX might be in some trouble here. Shaitan hitting through with the right click should be able to kill him off, and the blast does grab him to kill. No TPs there. Fortunately. Of course, Slicks being on too low health to really take on the two of them at one time. Godot, no TP, so
taking hits.
Just unfortunate timing for KVX and good awareness there from Shaitan and Lippy knowing that they could dive, and looks like they'll be picking up that tier 1 tower as well.
One last
yeah, and once again getting a really, really early tower.
You have done a great
Yeah, right now they haven't been able to pressure this bottom T1 as much as you would hope with an Enchantress there. They have been using the creep to kind of block things off, and Slicks taking a lot of damage from a stun there. Ball's getting aggressive. One more right click would have done it, but Slicks just blinking away there. Queen of Pain, never in as much trouble as he.
Yeah, and Endless just coming into this forest now to steal up a bit of experience from Muffin Man. Unfortunately, it is a mud golem, so that rocket ain't gonna do anything. Just trying to get a bit of experience on this offlane, and you know, we've talked about all these other lanes, and Alchemist actually kills the Quap in mid. Did you see it?
I did not, because Godot was going under smoke, and he's going on to Endless Winter now. The Satyr has already died off. Endless trying to get out of here. The Fisher block coming through, but Kiri's on the other side. A nice stun there from Muffin Man, and the right clicks will do it. Kill picked up by Luna, and yeah, Balls picking up a solo kill on Slicks there. And not taking basically any damage from it. I think something was definitely miscalculated from Slicks there.
Yeah, definitely. A nice gank coming in, and they're going to try and put pressure on this tower. I don't think they're going to be able to get it because Lippy has rotated up here. He's just going to use the Plague Wards to push it out. And Kide, not on the best amount of health and has no mana for anything, so he can't be too aggressive on this lane either because he can't dive.
And of course, those wards don't get hit by glaives, so, you know, Luna not having glaives yet because she's so low level, but yeah, that just happens. It's one of the great ways that Venomancer can help defend against a Luna, where you normally have all these glaives bouncing everywhere and no way to stop her. You can be doing really super annoying tick damage with those hissing right clicks. KVX almost hitting level 7 in this off lane now. Doing quite a good job of getting experience. Speaking of, if we look at the experience graph, it is 1.7k in CSW's favor. The gold is, however, slightly enhances, even with the first blood picked up, because they do have that tower. So it's basically even if you take into account the 1k gold, the tower, minus the 400 for first blood, so...
Yeah, pretty much just getting a little advantage everywhere, and as we said, you know, the Pugna can just take that first tower down, but the problem is with that is they need to take that tier 2 to make it feel like a big advantage, right? You like taking those tier 1s, but that almost makes the lane safer for KVX here. He can basically just free farm this. The only way they're going to get him, you know, is coming around here and past the secret shop and things like that, but mid lane...
Balls is going to get netted out. The stun as well as the poison coming out. Balls gets denied. An excellent deny there from Lippy. Just too good. Nature's Attendants get thrown, and in comes a big ult from the Lich. Will only hit on 3, but Slicks comes through with a haste root, getting off the scream. Might go for Lippy here, but no, doesn't have enough mana to follow through. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, Endless and Kyrie are facing off. But will there be any attacks? No, Cog's thrown out, but it will just miss. But a great fight there, taken by CSW. And Slicks is actually going to get the kill right there on Endless Winter.
Specialist.
Yeah, another nice pickup there, and that's 3 for nothing. And, I mean, they're now, after getting 3 kills, getting their mid-tower pushed down. Which is, I mean, that's what Hans can do, really. They've got a Venom answer and a Pugna. Even if you lose fights. And down bottom, Kidde is getting ganked by Balls here. Taking a lot of damage. Slicks is going to throw up the poison. Ulti coming from Kidde, and they're going to clean up this Alchemist turned right around by the rotation of Slicks. Endless Winter trying to line something up, but he's not 6 yet. There's no way he can do anything up down here, so really nice rotation from Slicks, keeping him alive, and Balls dropping.
Now Godot in a lot of trouble in mid. The ultimate gets thrown out, but almost instantly cancelled. Chatan losing a lot of damage there. Now the Nature's Attendant's doing so much. Lippy will fall to the tower. A nice pickup by Enchantress. And Slicks is coming as well. But it's a 1-for-1 trade there.
Yeah, it's 1-for-1, and they got Balls on the bottom, so this Alchemist isn't going to feel that scary, because he's got no Grievel's Greed, so he's not getting the crazy money that he gets. Luna, she's been farming okay. Like, nothing fantastic out on this bottom lane. Has Treads, has a Bracer, gonna grab those drums, and then probably straight into a BKB, which will make her really tanky. And that's kind of what she needs.
Yeah, exactly. You need that kind of mid-game tankiness to last through these stuns before you can pick up a BKB. But will it be enough against all of this magic and physical damage coming out from Balls?
Radiant's mid tower.
Yeah, I don't know if it would have been better just to completely rush the beat. But,
yeah, I mean, I think she's going to need the BKB, to be honest. And with the ultimate and the glaives, I think she does enough damage before getting a damage item in the mid-game. Like, if you can pick up the Treads Drums BKB within 16-17 minutes, it's fine. But look at this, 5 people coming bottom. The flare does come out. It is going to scout out Kidde. Maybe we saw a dive from Endless, but he doesn't go for it. The TPs are now coming in as they know everyone is here.
And that's KVX coming down, so they need to be very careful diving back in. We're also going to see a wraparound from Godot here. Going to get caught out by Endless here. Taking big damage already. Might go down, but the Nature's Attendant saving her life. A nice double stun from Muffin Man. A poison thrown out defensively by Lippy, but Endless will go down here. Hooking onto Muffin Man. A nice shot, but it won't be enough. And now Slick's going forward. Running into Lippy, but nothing that he can do. Now Balls getting a double kill on the back end. Looks like it's going to be a triple. Balls just cleaning house on the back lines. The acid spray and the stun just too much for their team. And now they're looking for Kyrie and Slicks. They need to be very careful. Kyrie
bottom tower
still having that, or he's going to have the ultimate in 10 seconds, and Slicks has the ultimate available.
Yeah, Balls picking up that Lich on the back end before Lich could actually do anything was a really nice pickup there. And they're still going to try and defend this tower. Muffin Man is all alone here though. He does get the stun off Firestarter. Kidde now with the Lucent Beam. The stun isn't going to block anyone off other than Slicks, but he's got the blink. Firestarter almost dropping now. Kidde, it's going to be too far out, and he's going to drop the Scream out on Endless Winter and the Lich ulti only to clip 2. Clockwork is going to die here. Now they're going to chase off this Alchemist, but he's going to TP out. The stun is just a little too far away from Muffin Man, and they're not going to catch him there.
Yeah, all in all, kind of a decent trade for Hans. I guess they stayed a little bit too long. Once the TP came in, definitely needed to back off a lot faster than he did. They kind of got caught in are we initiating into this? Okay, we're not. No, I'm... It's a bit of a shame. And as I was saying before, I think Luna, of course, I wasn't debating the fact that she needs a BKB, but I think she should be rushing it, and the Bracer was a bit of money that she didn't need to spend.
Yeah, exactly, and, you know, now, she had quite a lot of gold before, and she has the same items and now 600. She probably could have picked up an Ogre Club before she died there, but not going for it, and, yeah, as I said, the pickup of the drums, as you said, is just not going to help her that much. And movement speed, she already has 380 with treads. She doesn't really need it.
Radiant lost one of them bottom
And we gotta say,
towers.
Balls going for the armlet. So an item that started to be favored by Alchemist since the patch, because you get that bonus HP removed, but you get insane regen. Armlet is basically the perfect pickup. It gives you attack speed, it gives you armor, both of which you sorely need as an alchemist. Plus, when you activate it, it gives you the bonus strength that you're missing. Plus, the degeneration is completely countered by your ultimate. It's basically a no-lose item for Alchemist.
Yeah, and Alchemist, yeah, he really does love this armlet now with the change to him, obviously. Before, you basically just built armor, attack speed, and maybe a BKB, but pretty much never, unless you really needed it. But they're going to try and take Roshan here. He does have the -1 armor from the acid spray, so they're going to take this down quite fast. The rocket is probably going to show them where they are, though, because of the lining on it. You can kind of get an indication of where that clockwork is, but they're going to struggle to get in here. Chitan is just trying to keep these illusions out, but they know it's happening, but they can't stop. It's almost too late.
Yeah,
and
they do have the
Hans
high
Reborn
ground.
are just going to get it, yeah. They're just going to get this Roshan down now, and that's going to be a free pickup for them. And they're going to try and take it.
We see the Eclipse coming out on Kerry, already picking off one. Excellent ultimate coming out from Slicks. The Aegis already destroyed. Muffin Man picking up a kill as well. Now Ball's in a lot of trouble. It's basically 5 against 1. He's completely surrounded. The Fisher is going to block in Ball's an excellent, well, not really excellent because he's on his team, but it will block him in. Slicks going down now. The attack speed slow from Lich is just too much. Kiri manages to get a kill, but he's going to tick down here to the urn as well as the poison. Lippy finds the kill. Slicks is just going to come through and clean him up with the double damage, though Godot needs to be careful here, taking quite a bit of damage, but the Frost Armor from Lich is doing so much for them in these fights. Alchemist was barely even moving there.
Man, that was insane from CSW just coming in to take that fight. That Eclipse killed the Pugna straight away. The Luna was on the low ground and the Pugna was on the high ground. And killing that Pugna straight away at the start of the fight took out a lot of their power, and that unfortunate ES stun blocked the Alchemist in. But, I mean, Airshaker is one of those heroes that it can work or it can fail. And therefore it failed a little.
If it can happen 50% of the time, it happens 90% of the time. It's Murphy's Law. But Balls, he's not going to let it affect him. He does have his armlet. He hadn't ferried it into him in the last fight, so you know, Hans do manage to take the experience and the gold for the Roshan. It's not all a loss, but CSW definitely getting the advantage there. If we look at the experience, it's actually around 4.8k in CSW's favor. If we look at the gold, it is 1.5 in Hans's, so
coming apart.
a very swinging graphs, but again, Hans just seems to have a lot more map control.
Yeah, they always seem to have the advantage on the map. Every time we see them, you know, it could be even or even ahead for CSW on XP and gold, but they just seem to feel more presence.
Yeah, I mean, at this current point, CSW have no towers. And Hans, with the destruction of that, have, what, 4?
Come on, sprites.
Yeah, and also, I mean, they did get the Roshan, which was nice, but obviously getting team wiped after it doesn't really work that well.
And that's the kind of reason for the experience swing. They're getting these towers, they're getting Roshan, but that doesn't really give you that much an advantage in experience that team fights do. And so far, CSW at 14 and 9, they're definitely taking them. And when your heroes are kind of that extra higher level. Getting team wiped at level 10 is a lot of experience going their way. Shaitan getting stunned through the trees. Curie coming forward with a stun. Muffin Man throwing out the ultimate, but a mech's going to save him. An excellent stun from Firestarter. The ultimate comes out. Curie throws out the Eclipse, but no one's dead so far. But it's going to be, in the end, a 2-for-1 trade. Also, Alchemist killing Enchantress on the bottom lane, but now he needs to TP out. He gets stunned out by the Alchemist, the Lich ultimate. But Balls is just going to turn around and say, for that, you're going to die. Is he going to get the kill, though? The Acid Spray needs 2 more ticks, but he's not going to be able to get it. And KVX can't even walk through his own base to get there. He's too afraid of the Rocket Flare as well, and a nice cancel of a TP there leads to a kill on the carry.
Yeah, and a little bit of an overextend from Balls. Nice Lich ulti there, though. I mean, it obviously didn't bounce to anyone, but it got the mini stun to gain them that kill. And for those of you who don't know, obviously, the first target of the Change Frost does get mini stun.
Certainly does, and it's also an instant mini stun. It's not when the projectile hits, it is a very good way to cancel off TPs.
Yeah, exactly.
So a lot of trades going on there, both carries actually going down. The mechanism from Pugner really saving his life there. And, you know, managing to kill off Curie and Muffin Man. So a nice little turnaround kill for Hans there. You know, Firestarter did go down in that fight, so Earthshaker did take a fall. But in general, definitely getting ahead there.
Shot.
Nice hook shot coming out on top lane. Curie now slowed up. In a lot of trouble. The big blast trying to cast something, but you can see her just raising it up and up and up. You can't even do anything as a Luna. It's kind of a big downfall against the Clockwork because you can't do anything. If you try to cast, you're just stuck there trying to raise the roof.
Exactly, and I mean, they're trying to get tier 1 for a tier 2, and they're not even got tier 1 yet. And they're just going to push high ground. They're going to force them to come back without getting that tower. And that's basically just a solid win on that push. You took a tier 2, you saved your tier 1, you forced TPs, and now you're just back. There's no need to overextend, there's no need to waste anything. I mean, unfortunately the tier 1 mid isn't in deny range. I mean, that would have been probably even better, because now they can kind of just pick it up whenever.
Yeah, but I think forcing TPs is often something really overlooked. We're going to see the stun go and risk in the mid. Muffin Man even channeling the ultimate for the kill. It won't be available now. Mechanism gets popped off as well. Alchemist TPs in, but nothing will be able to come from it. Armlet getting used now. Throwing out the ulti and the acid spray, and that's basically going to halt the push for now. Slick's actually taking quite a bit of damage just from that acid spray, but he doesn't have the bottle charges either. Does have a BKB, but that's it at the moment.
Yeah, and that's kind of why the Alchemist had a pretty decent time in mid, as we said, is just there's so much damage coming out from that acid spray. And it basically covers the whole lane, so if you want to get CS, you have to risk your life a lot of the time, and with the physical damage of Unstable Concoction over it, with the minus armor, Quap is not really a high armor hero, obviously not being agility, so not getting the natural gain, and just not having a great starting amount. I mean, it's decent, but it's not enough to negate the effects of Acid Spray just tearing through you.
Titan has completed up his BKB now, just flying out to him shortly, so that Pugner becomes a lot scarier. They have no way to stop him at all. Like, you might be able to stop the channel of his life drain because you have the Lich, but you have to use the Lich to stop it. So it's dangerous territory here, and because that Satyr is attacked, they're able to deny that mid tower now.
The
CSW just really trying to get some tower gold going, but they just can't.
Yeah, if we look at the gold graph, it has definitely dipped in Hans's favor. It was always sort of there. CSW have kind of peaked up a few times, but now 5.5k in their favor. If we look at experience, Hans starting to draw it back, but CSW still with the advantage here, sitting at around 3,500. So they're definitely not out of it yet. They're looking to take more towers. Luna does have the BKB recipe, but still 400 gold off.
Yeah, it really needs that BKB, and could have had it earlier. Didn't have a bracer, would have had a BKB. Which is unfortunate. I mean, she really, really relies on the fact that not getting bursted down. Doesn't have that much health, you know, even with plus 24 strength. Still only sitting on 1300. Only level 13, so the ultimate isn't even, you know, as crazy strong as it is level 3 once it's got the 10 beams going off.
Yeah, it certainly is very, very dangerous. But, you know, in saying that she doesn't have that much health, at the moment she pretty much has the highest health on the map apart from possibly Clockwork. So it's just the fact that all of these stuns are just completely destroying her, as well as the magic damage coming out from Shaitan. The reason that they won at that Roche fight is because all the Eclipse Beams hit Shaitan early on. They didn't have the mech, and they didn't have, what, a 300 damage nuke coming out every kind of... Well, no, not even 20 seconds, it's like 5 seconds, yeah. So it's a lot of damage that you take away just by not having a Pugna there. And a lot of people overlook that kind of AoE damage aspect of the fights.
Yeah, exactly, and Pugna Ward is just gonna be amazing here, as we always say with this ward, but Pipe is now picked up on the Venomancer, so Lippy walking around with that. That's also going to negate a lot of the damage coming out, obviously. Lunar ult, Epicenter, Queen of Pain ult, and Lich ult, and even, you know, just every other spell that they use. So a lot's going to be negated there with the Pipe, plus the BKBs, if they start getting them up. Alchemist is building a BKB now, so he's got the armlet. And obviously you can just keep armlet on with the ulti going, because the regen is higher than the damage from the armlet. And then you can just turn it off to get super regen. And once you're level 16 with 100 health a second coming back on Chemical Rage, it's really hard to kill him.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as he gets up that BKB, it's going to be extremely difficult to kill off that Alchemist in these fights. And I think that's kind of the reasoning of the pickup. They realized the kind of weakness in the draft of CSW, where if he doesn't get burst down, he will just completely own the enemy team. And with a BKB... there's no way to burst him down. There's right clicks from Quap and Luna, which aren't strong.
No, they're not there yet. I mean, Luna obviously having decent damage just because of the aura right now, getting the bonus 38 on pretty much everyone. So that'll help, but Luna doesn't survive that long. Now with the BKB, it will help a lot. Probably going to go for a Manta style next, but then you've got to look at the fact you get a Manta, Earthshaker does more damage. So do you just go for like a Satanic or a Butterfly? I mean, Satanic's going to help you survive more, but you're still not going to do any damage. And they need some physical damage on this team.
Yeah, I think Manta would definitely be a mistake. It's just going to be instantly destroyed by all of the AoE that Hans have. You know, just like a Fissure and a Rocket Flare and a Blast, and they're already dead from the initial stages. So Manta would only help if Kirei is completely left alone and he split pushes, but if he's split pushing, then he's not in the fights and they're losing that and Arax. So Manta won't be helpful there. As you were saying, if you go Satanic, it does help you. You can't really do anything though, because sure, you get the insane health percentage gain back, but it won't be enough, and a Butterfly still leaves you very vulnerable. We're going to see Endless Winter throw out a Flare, and Pugna just clearing up these creeps. It looks like another tower might be able to be denied. That siege unit hits once more and drops it into deny range. So it's
like
3 towers, only one of them was picked up. Slicks did get that in a push when Hans were pressuring the bottom lane, so it's just 1 tower and 2 denied towers for CSW at the moment, and that gold kind of denial really hurts them.
Yeah, it really does. They're only getting 500 gold instead of 1500 gold, which is a lot to be losing. I mean, that could help get so many items on the supports and everything. Enchantress does have an Arcanum now, so can push out a lot of damage. Has got the casual cloak up just to sort of survive a bit longer. Obviously not a tanky hero. And, I mean, she's probably going to need a BKB as well. But, I mean, you buy Mom on an Enchantress just to dish out a crap load of damage really, really quickly. But then you die instantly whenever they want to kill you. And this Roshan falling very fast for Hans Reborn. And are they going to be able to stop it? And it looks like it's just going to be another Roshan given away. Almost got the deny out.
Yeah.
The stun there.
And Godot might have been a bit of a miss micro there. We do have Kirei coming in with the BKB, trying to man-fight Balls, whose ultimate has run out. He's only right-clicking normally. He's gone after KVX. He's separated from his team. Now Lippy in between Slicks and Kirei, throwing out the ultimate, hitting onto Shaitan, but Slicks getting completely dunked and getting taken out. That the ramp being completely blocked as well, so SK can't help his team unless he burrow strikes through. Balls picking up the kill there. It's going to be a 3-for-0 trade for Hans.
And
And
look at
picking
Balls,
up
he
the
had
Aegis.
no health at the end of that fight, and he was on full health 6 seconds after. 6 seconds. 6
And
seconds.
that's with level
Had an
2
urn.
ultimate.
Yeah, he got 1 urn used on him, and used a bottle charge. And then just clicked ult, and instantly full health.
R
It's
is for
insane.
regen. But an excellent ult there from Firestarter. Stop the Queen of Pain getting anything there, and you kind of see the differences
Radiant's
between the
bottom
two
tower
teams when the
seems better
Earthshaker has a
days.
Blink Dagger and the Sand King has nothing. He's got 700 gold now. He was the only
Radiant's
one
gone.
not to die in that
Fortify
last
their
fight.
structures.
I think actually, sorry, the Lich might have got away from Balls, but
Yeah, let's just TP out.
yeah, but I mean, you're still a long way away from a Blink Dagger, and a good epicenter can be a major part of your fight. And also, Sand King only being level 9.5 really hurts. You really want that level 2 epicenter.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, you really do. It's a lot more damage to come out, but the tier 3 is going to fall. They have the Aegis, so they're just sort of slow sieging it, playing it safe, and these Venom wards are so hard. No magic can touch them. The glaives don't work, so you've just got to hit them down, and there are 2 or 3 hits each, depending on who's hitting it, or even 4 for some of them, so giving a little bit of difficulty there. Venomancer, he's going to have his Arcanums up in 700 gold, which is going to be a big problem for CSW. If we take a look at their items, you know, there's a Cloak on the Enchantress, Luna's got the BKB, obviously, Sand King has nothing, BKB on Queen of Pain, and Lich has nothing, so they're not going to be able to protect themselves against that poison on 3 of those heroes. Cloak will help a little bit, but it's so much damage when it's got an Arcanums on it. Sitting at level 2, it's going to be doing 81 damage a second for 15 seconds. It's a lot of damage.
It is. You know, Venomancer is so strong. You kind of generally just go in, drop everything, and usually die. But, you know, we've been seeing Shaitan, well, not even Shaitan this game, but in fact, Alchemist might be in a bit of trouble here. Getting hexed up by Slicks. He does have the armlet going, and now he should throw out the ultimate. He does have the Aegis. He might just be waiting for that so he can save it for the next fight. And CSW have to back out. They only get the Aegis, nothing else. Endless Winter coming forward with the BKB. It does run out, but a nice hook shot. Gonna be hitting on Godot. And Balls has a Haste Rune. Coming in, channeling up the stun, looking for another hero, but he's not gonna find anyone because they all ran up. Godot still living at the moment, but will go down. Shaitan now on a killing spree.
Yeah, and Shaitan playing really well on this Pugna. It does look like he's going to be going for a Hex. So, no Necro game this game. Yes. So we're not seeing all the Necros, but Hex is going to be really good against them. If they can Hex out the Luna before the BKB is used, she's going to have no chance. It does look like she's building into a Yasha, so that Manta style is going to come out fairly soon. Well, not really soon. She doesn't even have... Well, she has the Yasha, but that's it, so... It's going to take a while, but it's a double-edged sword. She can split push, but as we said, Earthshaker just dunks and you take more damage.
You know the drill.
And Manta Illusions count as heroes.
Basically just Fisher.
Radiant's bottom racks is getting hammered.
I don't understand it too much. They don't have a silence that you need to break out of. They don't really have anything that'll be used. So I think it's the wrong itemization there. But and Shaitan dropping down almost half health from 2 impetuses, and Slick's just jumping through. Shaitan gets killed off almost instantly. Ball's trying to fight here. Needs to throw the stun onto someone. Gets KVX. Will chop him down in 2 more clicks. Kirei coming forward too far. Getting completely slammed there. And Hans look to be set to take the racks. We've got Firestarter buying back. We've got a buyback from Lich as well. We did use the ultimate, however, so there won't be anything that they can
4
really
seconds
do.
on the Lich ulti. Yeah, they're just going to back out by the looks of it. Lippy getting chased down a little. The poison
In comes
blow off.
KVX, throws it out, starting to bounce. Goes back to Alchemist and back into the creeps. Balls getting a kill. And it's going to be the death of Sand King, who did buy back for that, so... Definitely no Blink Dagger for that poor Sand King, sitting at 8 gold.
Ain't no longer with us.
Yeah, and I mean, even if he got a Blink Dagger up, it's going to be so hard to use it. Because you've got a Pugna ward and the Veno wards up. They're just going to hit him. And how does he get in?
That's actually kind of a great thing about the ward is, if you use Epicenter, it disables your Blink Dagger, so you're guaranteed to miss a couple of pulses. Because you can't blink as soon as it goes off.
Yeah. So I mean, it's definitely hard for him. But I mean, if you're out of the ward range or if you've taken it out already, you know, perfect fight scenarios, you could definitely get it off and get some damage out of it. But it's going to be a bit difficult. And CSW really on the ropes now. I mean, the kill store isn't even that different. The experience 7.5k in Han's favor, gold 15k. And that's where the difference in this fight is. Everyone has a lot of items on Han's Reborn, and no one really has anything game-changing on CSW, apart from the Queen of Pain with a BKB and a Hex.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the kind of lineup for Hans, they've got a Basher on the Alchemist. He's not hitting too fast at the moment, so it's not a major problem. It's not the kind of big lockdown you're used to seeing with the AC Mjolnir Basher Alchemist, because you do kind of need more strength now, but they have 3 BKBs up on their team. The Earthshaker now has Blink Force, so he's going to be getting in and out of these fights if he needs to. And just like, it makes him even more useful because now Totem is a long-range stun. It's not just like that small little melee range. You can force it right next to someone and use it instantly. So it's a lot more dangerous. And CSW just looking kind of really behind right now. They're all just sitting in base, all in the same position, and they're really up against the ropes.
Yeah, they really are. And Hans Reborn just going to ball down another lane. The Aegis obviously is gone, as it was gone a little while ago. The Roshan still got another minute before we know how long it's going to take, so it could be between 1 minute's time or 4 minutes time from now. And Hans Reborn are just going to look to keep sieging. And with a Venomancer, it's not that hard, and with a Pugna, but
But Scythe's coming out, a nice cogs will trap him in, but the BKB's thrown out. In comes the Eclipse, hitting through. Muffin Man in a lot of trouble, but Kiri getting taken out by Pugner as well as Balls. Balls trying to go back, but Lippy doing so much damage. Godot goes down to the poison damage, even with Nature's Attendants, and now Kiri going down in the back lines as well. Clockwork also hunting down Slicks. It's a complete team wipe, and the good game is called. Hans now leading the series 2-1 with 2 straight victories.
Chalk it up for the Dire.
Yeah, fantastically played from Hans Reborn once again, and CSW really just didn't look like they could do anything in that game to come back. They were on the back foot a lot of the time, you know. They got a good fight at the Roshan pit, but after that happened, they couldn't do anything. They were once again getting pushed, and they felt like they hadn't won a fight at all.
Yeah, as I said, the main reason for winning that fight at the Roshan pit was the fact that Pugna, along with the mech, and a whole bunch of AoE damage just went out, you know, instantly. And without that, Hans fell, along with a excellent Fisher block there from Risk. So there are a lot of factors that really tipped the kind of the fight in favor of CSW. So yeah, it's a bit unfortunate there. But Hans now 2-1 lead. So will they take it out in the next game, or will CSW tie up the series at 2-2?